In movement is departure. In departure there is death. Hence, to live requires dying to the ashes of the past. Chapter 9, entitled Phoenix. In dying there is the birth of the beautiful, and without death there is no delicacy. How exquisite and how perfect is the living flower which knows both birth and dying, while the plastic flower, which lasts 1,000 years, is ever brutal in its challenge or changelessness. The softness of one and the hardness of the other. It is vulnerability that makes one open and beautiful. And surely without death there is no vulnerability. Surely it is the death that gives us the deepest of feelings, and without death there would be no care whatever. Death is the movement of life, the eternal cleansing of emotion. Death is the only paradox, and love, its eternal flower. Death becomes ugly because we do not die. We linger and suffer over memories and ambitions, over fears and fragmentation. To die is to let go, to completely leave behind every hope and expectation. To die is to abandon oneself to the wholeness of the world. In dying is again the union of all things. In dying is again the perception of the new. In dying is release from the very grasp of death. Although love embraces death, knowing in full measure the fragile and the delicate, it is itself immortal, having passed beyond all knowledge. Love is immortal, not because it does not die, but because it does not resist death. It is Osiris, Christ, Quetzalcoatl, who dies and is reborn anew. Quote, in the amber of our frozen hearts, end quote, is the image of our beloved. How smug we are in our illusion that we love because we have loved. How we cling to this image of what we were, but it is not good. It is not love that turns us backward, but the inability to love. Love is that which goes beyond every memory. So we must realize that this precious jewel, this memory of our beloved, is only a fragment of life, only some pebble we have found along the shore, a pebble which by placing in our hearts we have made into a wound. And it is death to us, even as the amber was death unto the insect that once trod into its deadly pitch. Love cannot be remembered. It must be lived anew each day. It is wrong to make treasures of our memories, and it is wrong to look back, judging and comparing. For whether pleasurable or misfortunate, the affair is over. Indeed, we are faced with the paradox that it is often easier to live with misfortune and go beyond it than it is a contemplation of the perfection of the past, which are now unobtainable and only disappointing us in the present. Again and again we are confronted with death, the destroyer of all ideolatries, the image of our longings, the idols of our passions is forever swept away. We stand alone. and precisely where we are, not in the past but in the present, with only the present. Everything has passed, and yet nothing has moved. Everything is gone. There remains nothing but our ability to love. This quality of our lovingness, and insofar as we do not leave everything behind, insofar as we do not forsake everything to find this love whose eternity is the present, this ability to love will be covered over in webs of dust. I have come home to wash my hair of all these fallen leaves that, despite their beauty, make of my locks abandoned spider webs.